Hello friends, this video on ray optics part 26 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 25 before going ahead with part 26. Now let us talk about real depth and apparent depth. As I mentioned earlier also, when I talk about refraction, the discussion remains incomplete without discussing this real depth and apparent depth problems. That means, as I mentioned before also, why does the twinkling of stars or the advanced sunrise or delayed sunrise take place due to refraction? That's because due to the phenomenon of refraction, as the light rays passes through the different layers of the atmosphere, there is a shift which takes place from the actual position of the object. So therefore, whatever we see is the apparent position and not the actual position. So let us take the example of the fisherman. I was telling you, right? Let us suppose the fisherman looks at a fish which is inside the water, right? So let us suppose the fish is actually at this position. This is the actual position of the fish, right? So what happens? A ray of light, this is the eye. So when the ray of light enters from this rarer medium to the denser medium, what happens? It bends towards the normal, right? It bends towards the normal. So as a result, this is how the ray will travel. This is how the ray will come here, and again the ray will go back. Now the ray of light which goes back into the eye is this one. Now the line of sight for this ray is this one. So therefore the eye sees the fish to be at this location and not this location. I told you earlier also, right? Since refraction takes place, so what happens after refraction? The refracted ray enters the eye. Now the eye will see the object along the line of sight of the refracted ray. So in this case, this is my refracted ray. Okay, this is the refracted ray. Fine. Now this refracted ray along the line of sight of these refracted ray would mean this ray, this position. So the eye will see the fish at this position. So here refraction is taking place in this way. Light, this is your object right now. Right now the object is the fish, and the light ray is traveling from fish towards your eye. So the ray is traveling from denser medium towards a rarer medium. So it is getting refracted and entering your eye, and this ray along the line of sight of this ray, the eye will be able to view the object. Therefore the eye is viewing the object at this location, right? So first you have to decide which is your object. In this case, the fish is your object. So the ray of light or the incident ray comes from the fish. It gets refracted, and this is your refracted ray. Along the line of sight of the refracted ray, you view the object. So this is the actual position of the fish, actual position. So therefore this depth is known as the real depth. And this is the apparent position, and therefore this depth is known as apparent depth. So now let us apply Snell's law and let us find out a relationship between real depth, apparent depth, and the refractive indices of the two medium. Let us suppose the refractive index of air is mu A, refractive index of water is mu W. So as per Snell's law, we know that sin I by sin R is equal to mu 2 by mu 1. Mu 2 by mu 1. In this case, light is traveling from 1 to 2. Right? So what is mu 2? Mu 2 is mu air divided by mu 1 is mu water. So mu air is equal to 1. Therefore, we can say that mu water is equal to sin R divided by sin I. Correct? Now for small angles theta, we can write sin theta as theta. We can also write tan theta as theta. right? Therefore, we can write sine theta as tan theta, because sine theta is also theta and tan theta is also theta. Therefore, we can write mu w is equal to tan r divided by tan I, because we are saying that this angle of incidence and the angle of refraction are very small angles, right? Now, if you look at this diagram now, what is tan r? Now, looking at this diagram, you can say that tan r, this is r, right? So, what would be tan r? Tan r is nothing but this entire angle. This entire angle is tan r. So in this case, tan r would be what? If you want to calculate the value of tan r, we can write tan r is nothing but cot 90 minus theta. So you can write it as cot 90 minus r. So what is 90 minus r? This is angle r. Therefore, this entire thing is angle r. So 90, this is 90 degree. So 90 minus r would mean this angle, right? So let us call this angle as angle 1. So this would be equal to cot angle 1, right? So what will be this cot angle 1? If you look at this triangle, you can say that cot of this angle would be equal to base by perpendicular. So base is nothing but this distance. Let us call this as x. So this will be equal to x divided by a. So we can say that tan r is equal to x by a, where a is the apparent depth. Now let us calculate tan I. What is tan I? If you look at it, this was angle I. So what will be this tan I? If you see, tan I would be equal to x divided by r. So tan I is equal to x divided by r. Now putting these values of tan r and tan I, what do we get? Mu w is equal to r divided by a. That is, the refractive index of water is equal to the ratio of the real depth to the apparent depth. So instead of water, had it been glass, in that case it would be refractive index of glass is equal to the ratio of real depth to apparent depth. So that means where will you see the particular object, forget about the actual position of the object. Where will you see the object? It depends upon the refractive index of the medium as well as the real depth of the object, right? So this is how you can see that an object, where it is located, is not viewed exactly at that position. There is a shift in the position of the object. So please give this topic an importance, because this real depth and apparent depth plays a very important role. It is a very crucial topic in refraction. So now let us. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.